everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I wanted to give you a quick recipe video this week. A lot of times people tell me they don't have enough time to make something healthy, and today I had a long work day and I just wanted to make myself a quick healthy dinner. So we're in the kitchen, my sweetheart and I, creating our dinner, and I wanted to show you how you could make something super nutritious and delicious. Today we are making a curry soup, which I think is great in the winter time if you are somewhere cold right now. And here are the ingredients. I love to just kind of see what we have available, keep our pantry and kitchen stocked as much as possible with fresh produce, and then use up what we need to use up. So I got a little creative because we don't have everything maybe I would want, but a lot of things. So here goes. I will basically use as a base some coconut milk, and you can see how we make coconut milk in another video in which I make coconut yogurt. I will link that in the description below, but here's some fresh coconut milk ready for us to use, homemade. We sprouted some lentils, and I will use this also in the dish, and I'll show you how I do that. Lentils are an amazing source of protein, and they're also a great source of zinc, which can be missing in many people's diet. Sprouting and soaking, which we did both of, really is amazing for many reasons. One of which is that it helps to increase the vitamin C, and lentils are also super good in iron, so they have both iron and vitamin C, and vitamin C helps with iron absorption. So to have both of this in the same food is wonderful. Lentils also do have phytic acid, which is considered an anti-nutrient, which means that it can actually block or decrease the absorption of important nutrients like zinc and copper, which lentils have. But one way of getting around this is by soaking and sprouting. We have some cut up red bell peppers. We have some cilantro, which I love. It's a toxic metal detoxifier, so it really helps to cleanse out toxic metals from your system. Carrots, which are high in beta carotene, among other things. I have fresh lemons here to squeeze into the sauce. Some onions and garlic, which are cardioprotective and really good, also in terms of staving off certain viruses. Chili, fresh pepper, which I love for warming the body, especially in the winter time, and it's also a good antiparasitic. I have a little bit, teeny bit of miso paste. If you don't like soy, skip this. I actually can tolerate small amounts of fermented soy, and so miso is a good way of adding some saltiness, some fermentation, live cultured foods into your diet, and it gives that salty flavor. If you don't want to use soy, you can use a little bit of Himalayan or Celtic sea salt, or you can skip salt altogether and use salty foods, mineral-rich foods like seaweed, like tomatoes and celery. I have here some lettuce, some fresh lettuce. We were running out of it, but I will use some of it in the soup, and then I'll have some of it on the side to munch on, which I really love, just fresh greens whenever I can get them. So we're staying somewhere where we don't have a high performance blender, and I wanted to show you this just to remind you, you don't have to have a high performance blender to make a delicious meal. We have a regular blender. In it for the soup, I'm going to put in the coconut milk. I might add in some more water, but I'll see. But first, coconut milk is going in. I'm going to just go ahead and add in, I would do this in the kitchen, but our kitchen is super dark and I want you to be able to see. Putting the miso paste, I'm going to put in just a few of my hot peppers. The rest I will add on afterwards to sprinkle. I'm going to put in some of the red bell pepper, a little bit more. I'm going to put in all the onions, and I probably have here half an onion, or about a third of a medium-sized onion. I have a few cloves of garlic that I'm also putting in. I'm going to put some cilantro into this, and I'll also keep some of it just like freshly cut that I mix in. I'm going to squeeze in the juice of a whole lemon, and the way I just deal with the seeds, old school, is I just kind of squeeze it through my fingers, clean fingers, and so I trap the seeds. They come on out, and that's it. Or you could use a lemon squeezer, but I don't have one, so I'm just gonna, again, squeezing it into my hand. It usually works. Okay, Anina's in. Okay. Now, I will usually add to this 1 or 2 dates for a little bit of sweetness, because I like all the different flavor combination, the spiciness, the acidity from the lemon juice, a little bit of sweet. I don't have dates though, because we're in Bali right now and I haven't found any. So I'm going to use about a teaspoon of coconut sugar that I'll add to this. And then I will also add 1 teaspoon of red chili paste, red curry paste that we have. But you can put any curry spice that you have available to you. Again, I'm working with what we have. So I'll put 1 teaspoon of curry paste that I have in the fridge, I'll get that, and 1 teaspoon of coconut sugar, and I'm going to blend all of this up, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like at the end. So one thing I'm going to add to this soup is we're blessed to have a beautiful moringa tree here in our garden. So I'm going to just take just one stalk of moringa. It's rich with iron, rich with protein, vitamin A, just full of antioxidants actually, vitamin A and vitamin C. So I'm going to put this fresh in my curry. Here I have cut up my lettuce, very small. Add some fresh moringa to this very quickly. This whole meal, creating this whole meal took less than half an hour. So I have some moringa, I have the lettuce, I have now blended everything I told you I blended up. And what I would recommend you do when you make your soups is blend them up and then taste and adjust. I didn't really tell you the amount of things because I think it's just different for people in terms of taste and what your body is desiring. So I tasted it, and when I tasted it, I added a little bit more hot pepper, but that's about it. But you can adjust. You can add a few more dates, you can add a little bit more lemon juice or apple cider vinegar if you prefer that. And just take a taste test before you then finish to know if it's perfect for you. It's perfect for me now, so I'm pouring in my soup. Usually in a Vitamix this would get warmed up. It's not very warm, but it's still going to be very warming because of the hot pepper. I could also add some ginger for extra warming. And then I'm just going to add these beautiful, colorful vegetables. All of them. The cilantro, the carrots, more red bell pepper, more hot pepper to the soup that I have made. And it smells heavenly. I wish I could have you smell it. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the sprouts. I have here probably like 1.5 to 2 cups of these sprouts, and I'm probably just going to have about a cup worth. They're pretty filling, but you can have as much as you want. Usually what I would do is sprinkle some little bit of color on top so you can see. So I'm going to mix all this together, have it soak in all the juices, and then I would add maybe a little bit of red bell peppers on top for the finished beauty look. But it's still, whatever it looks like, it's going to be absolutely delicious. So I just wanted to do a taste test. Usually when we have dinner, I start with some fruit as my first course before I then have the rest of my dinner. So I will be having some of this delicious salak or snake fruit, which is native to Bali, to Indonesia, where we are right now. So this is salak, otherwise known as snake fruit. It peels off really easily, and underneath this snakeskin-like covering is what looks like garlic cloves almost. Ooh, we're getting the rain. Beautiful. What it is this crunchy, tart, but sweet, sweet fruit. I just wanted to test the soup for you. So here's the soup again. I've let it sit and marinate. So this is what I would do. I would have some fruit, and while I'm eating the fruit, this will be marinating all together. And now let's taste it as the rain is coming down. There's so many textures. I recommend cutting your vegetables really small for this dish because the smallness, I think, adds to the pleasure of the dish. I can taste the slight crunchy but mealiness of the lentils, the delicious sweet crunch of the carrots, the greens, the spicy, the sweet, the slightly acidic, and the creaminess of the coconut. Curry coconut pulling it all together. It's a delicious soup, raw or cooked. You can cook your lentils if you want to. So enjoy this winter soup wherever in the world you are. Like this video if you liked it by giving it a thumbs up. Subscribe for more weekly videos. Share this recipe video with anyone you think might be interested. Much love to you.